Procrastination isn't really caused by poor time management. Procrastination isn't caused by a moral failing that you're lazy, you're unmotivated, or you're undisciplined. Procrastination is just caused by emotional dysregulation. Learning how to sit in those uncomfortable feelings regardless of how you feel and just being able to accept and push past through it. I'm sure many of you, including me, have tried all the hacks, the tips, binge watch a lot of videos to figure out like, hey man, how do I overcome this problem? How do I fix this problem? Why am I struggling to get things done? Why is it so uncomfortable? Why everybody around me seem to elevate and succeed, but I'm stuck and stagnant here? It's tough, bro. You know exactly what I'm talking about. When you tried your new journey, you want a new goal or you want a new task, but instead, that motivation lasted 1-2 days, maybe max. Then you go back to your same old procrastinating habits, feeling guilt, favorite video games or your favorite TV shows, or just beat one off, just to feel a little better. You avoid so many of your responsibilities because it just seemed too hard or so unmanageable that you just go back to just becoming the old you. The you that you're comfortable with, the you that is so far from your true self that you just feel so much guilt and depression and sadness about. But we're here to fix that. We're here to change that. You're not perfect. We're not striving to be perfect, but we're striving to be better. The monkey mind is a powerful thing. The monkey mind is part of the mind. It's like a little child. It needs to be disciplined. It needs to be told what to do and how to do it and for how long. And if it's not in control, you tend to do the easiest things or the things that seems most pleasurable in the moment. It only thinks about the present moment. That's the only thing it cares about. The monkey mind is the part of the mind that just wants to binge watch a lot of YouTube videos, absorb a lot of information, watch your favorite TV shows, play video games, or distract yourself, whatever thing that your aid of distraction, wherever it may be, just not to do the hard tasks that's going to put you to where you want to go. If you have ADHD, a mood disorder, or sensitive to emotion, you're going to have a hard time regulating your emotion, especially for things that involve putting a lot of effort up front. But it's not your fault, and I'm here to teach you and guide you on how to be better. You're not going to be perfect. That's not the goal. You're not going to have to beat yourself over and over about not accomplishing your tasks when you want to do it, but there just needs to be system in place to tackle that when shit arrives, basically. I'm not a professional by any means, man. Really not. I'm just a lifelong procrastinator who's been suffering with this just as long as you, watching a bunch of YouTube videos, just trying to figure this shit out. I'm still battling with my own habits on procrastination, but over the years I've just found some progress on how to manage my habits and become better over time, and I'm just sharing for what works for me and what's continuing to work for me. I'm still experimenting. The procrastinating part of you is just in a bad habit of letting the monkey mind win. Letting your pleasures and addictions get the best of you every time. And when it does, we tend to want to put in systems and new and good habits in place to try to overcome that. But deep down inside, the monkey mind is always going to win. So we try anyway. Be like, hey, tomorrow's going to be a better day. I'll try again tomorrow. But that has to change. The story we tell ourselves every day has to change. The problem lies in the story that we tell ourselves. There are two components on being able to combat this change in a healthy, effective manner. Planning and doing. Procrastinators love planning. Quite simply, planning does not involve doing. And doing is a procrastinator's kryptonite. Procrastinators they plan too vague, they plan too loosely. They plan in a way that sets them up to fail every time. It gives the doing part of you, the guy that's in you, the action man that's in you, too much work and too much time to think around to figure out what to actually do, because the plan was not concrete, the plan was not actionable, the plan wasn't a step-by-step on action that needs to be taken on a daily basis. It was just in the wind. And the action part of you, the monkey mind gets lost in the sauce. Too much thinking, no action. Analysis to paralysis, and you just don't do anything. Procrastinators are great visionaries. They think about the beautiful house this in the future that one day they would build. But really, what they need is to become a construction worker who just lays one brick at a time, each and every day. When you think about it, when you go to a gym for a 45-minute, 10-hour workout, wherever it may be, you don't expect that workout to have like bulging muscles like me on the first time. What you want is to go down to the gym. That 45-minute workout is one brick of muscles like this. One brick. Next time, it's all about laying the bricks. One brick at a time. Sometimes you want the whole slab right there. You want the whole house built right there. But it's not that simple and it's not that easy. It may seem like that because we live in a society where your friends, your peers, social media influencers or whatever may have the things that we desire. And it seems as though it's like right there. Why don't you have it? Why can't you achieve that? But eventually, man, whatever they did, they did. But what you gotta focus on is building and putting it one brick at a time. That's it. Take your bigger goal, chunking up into a million pieces, and if you can just get better 1% every day, is way better. The difference between a wannabe author and an author is the author goes home every day, even if it's a sentence. You know, it may not mean much, you know. Be like, hey, a sentence won't do anything. It don't mean anything. They go down every day, write a sentence. That's all they can do. That's the only time they got. And the wannabe author who's like, oh man, a sentence. I don't really want to write a sentence. I want to write a paragraph. I want to take on the whole world. And it just takes too much effort and too much time, but they just don't do anything. And then the sentence by sentence author, over the span of 2, 3, 4 years, has a whole book. And a wannabe author is trying to figure out what's the title. I don't even know because I got to write the whole page one time. Doesn't make much sense, right? What you want to do is create a brick timeline. This brick timeline is non-negotiable. And the most important date is the first day. For instance, if you're learning code and you want to learn code, you don't want to start by saying, hey man, I want to start code in November. What you want to do is like, hey, I want to start code November 30th, 2024 at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And when that time starts, all the distractions disappear and you're going to sit your ass down from 6 to 7, November 30th, and do the work. Even if it's, hey man, you figure out one word. That's all it takes. But the first day is the most important day to start. And then momentum builds from there. Now the only thing left to do is to actually follow through and do the work. It's not that procrastinators hate doing the work. It's the attitude that they bring into things when they actually see the work that they need to do. Instead of looking at the work as though like, hey man, like I'm gonna go learn code and this is gonna be fun and exciting and challenging and new and stretch me and grow me. They look at it as like, oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, I have to do this. Oh my God, damn. Like, oh. They just want to arrive. They don't want to go through the process of actually like doing the work. So there's always going to be a challenge anytime you take on a new task. Anytime you take on a new task, you're gonna find this sense of resistance from a place where you were super comfortable to now something that's gonna stretch you and grow you. You're gonna have a sense of resistance. And just knowing that and being aware of that is the first step. The first step. You're going to have to feel it. You're going to have to work through it and push through it. And that's okay. Always going to be a challenge or resistance every time you start a new task. So let's just call the place where procrastinator lives the unearned playground. A place that, you know, that you enjoy watching TV or just enjoying any distraction that's deter you from doing the things that you want to do. And then you at this playground and there's a tunnel. Let's call this tunnel the escape. But the escape is kind of dark and it's treacherous, but it's the task that you need to do. So it's super tight and claustrophobic, but you know when you get through it, it's gonna be a place where you just feel like you in flow. Like you've done the activity, it feels great, you accomplished what you need to accomplish, and now you're in a state that, damn, if I wanna go eat that cookie, I can. If I wanna go play video games, I can, because I've earned it, I've done the hard work, and now I've earned it, but you have to get through this tunnel first. So when you're in this tunnel, the tunnel is gonna be the hardest place to actually try to get things done. It's because you're gonna feel the most resistance. It's super tight. It's claustrophobic. You know what you need is at the end of this tunnel, but sometimes the tunnel just feels like a long stretch far away. And you remember the monkey? The monkey mind? The guy that just loved to play tricks and want to put you back in your comfortable place because it's like, oh, it's too hard. Oh, distract you. Oh, I gotta go play video games. Oh, man, we can do this tomorrow. That guy, you know that guy? You remember that guy, right? That guy, at this time and point, you gotta be your strongest because that guy just wants to pull you back into the unearned playground. In the playground where you didn't do anything, but you deserve that you didn't do anything, but you feel like you deserve the most. And we know people like that. You don't want to be that guy. You pass this tunnel and you get through the treacherous tunnel that's dark and claustrophobic. You finally show yourself like, hey man, I can get through hard things. I can do hard things. Instead of telling yourself that now, you sit down and did the work. Now you're showing yourself. What they say? Don't tell me, show me. Show, don't tell. Whatever it may be. I don't fucking care, but you get it. You want to show to yourself and prove to yourself, be like, hey man, I'm the guy that got things done. I am the guy that doesn't miss a workout. I am the guy that puts in the work. I am the guy that's a great husband or girlfriend or whoever is to my spouse. I am that guy. You show yourself that all the time. You want to internalize the fact that everything that you do is a choice. It's nothing that you have to do. Ain't nothing that's like, oh man, like you bringing this like negative attitude in the things that you're doing. Because me sitting in front of this camera talking right now, I was procrastinating the fuck out of this, man, but it's a choice that I'm doing. That's the energy you have to bring into it. It's not like, man, I got to do this. I can't wait for it to be done. But I'm here, man. I'm here. And that's the attitude that we have to anything that we do, man. It's a choice. You don't have to do it. You get to do it. And when you do it with love, you do it with passion, and you show your hope. I'm here. So now you know that you can do the task that needs to be done. You know that you can be able to crawl into those tight spaces, be in the trenches, and get that work done. Because I know you got that G in you, you got that dog in you. Now let's just see that you can continue doing the things that needs to be done. All you gotta do one brick at a time. You gotta slide back and go to the unearned playground, but that's okay. Don't beat yourself about it. Don't let the guilt or shame or regret or whatever it may be hold you in that place for too long. It doesn't matter on how you fall. It's a matter on how quick you can come back. And it applies to life, applies to sports, applies to your mentality, applies to your emotional comebacks, G. Just take that and run with it. You got this. I know you got it. I know you got it, G. Aim for slow, steady progress. Stories aren't just written like that. Stories are written one page at a time, yo. But for you, not even one page at a time. Just take it one line at a time. One line at a time. One fine line at a time. One best thing that happened to your day. One code. One rep. One set. One step.